טיל נפל לידינו, הכל עולה באש פה, אבל אני מקווה שאין נפגעים. אנחנו מקווים מאוד שאין פה אנשים.
זה נפל על מרכזות.
Oh my God.
Whoa! Oh my God! Yo! 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 No way! No way! No way! Oh my God!
I don't know why you're telling me. I'm not involved. You made that very clear.
They started this war just so they can lock you in your house again. And only Jews know this is COVID 2.0 disguised as an energy crisis. They tried to censor my account and spread fake news. But you guys deserve to hear the truth. The biggest lockdown since COVID is happening right now. But they're not going to tell you until it's too late. This is not about a virus. This is about an energy shock so severe it's going to freeze the global economy. The UK and Germany rely on imported gas. Without it, factories are halting operations, which will lead to blackouts. In Japan and South Korea, they're stopping train schedules right now as I make this video. They are completely rationing fuel. In the US, food prices and fertilizer are absolutely going to explode through the roof soon. And here's what Jews figured out immediately. Governments are going to use the exact same playbook as 2020. Next they'll say, stay at home, work from home to save fuel. Then they'll say, restricted travel. You are not traveling unless it's necessary. They're going to label this whole thing as an energy conservation mandate. But it's the same control playbook. In the name of your safety, they will tell you to stay at home. They will tell you stop using resources. They will push alternative resources on you. This is exactly what they wanted. Lockdowns without calling them lockdowns. Control without admitting it's control. Jews saw this coming because we've watched governments manufacture crises to justify control for thousands of years. COVID taught them people will accept anything if you frame it as safety. Now they're doing it again with energy. You think this war randomly caused an energy crisis? We know wars happen when they need to reset the economy and lock people down. They needed a new reason to control your movement, your work, your travel. And this war gave them the perfect excuse. Stay at home to save fuel is the new stay at home to stop the spread. Same playbook, different crisis. This is COVID 2.0, and most people won't realize until they're already locked in their homes again.
Look at this one. This guy's got the, I haven't seen one of these things in a long time. I think that's a smoke show, I think. Oh, it's got the red-eye hood, too. That's cool. Yeah. Cool. Right. Well, I just like to say I feel really bad for people who got to pay these gas prices. What is this? $4.09 for self-serve. Supreme is $4.39 and diesel is $5.79. Feel sorry for these people, but you know me, I got this electric Cadillac right here. You know, we're just driving around in electric mode because we got electric vehicle power and stuff. You know, we got Google, Microsoft, Amazon, All of them are going nuclear. They're going to have nuclear power. So you know what that means? That means we're going to have cheaper electricity. Either that or we're just going to have all electricity from nuclear power because we're going nuclear. But the rest of y'all, unfortunately, y'all got to pay these gas prices, man. That sucks. I wouldn't want to pay no gas prices. That's like, I didn't know gas was going to be a bill. Gas is just supposed to be gas. It's not supposed to be this expensive. How about this? Look at this guy. He's up to no good right there. And then what we got another gas station right here. What's this gas station? What's this thing say? Oh no. You see, this is what you call video evidence. So this way you don't make shit up like Trump does, pull that shit out of your ass. Okay, let's see. What does this say? This says regular is $3.91 if you use a credit card. And it says regular is $3.79 if you're using cash. Then it says diesel is $5.99. That sucks. That sucks. You know, for people with these trucks. You know, the problem with a lot of these Uber guys is they're getting hit so hard with these gas prices that it's making it very difficult for them to make profit and pay their bills, because you already know if you're Uber, you pay higher insurance. Let's see, what's regular? Okay, I see $5.99 for diesel. What's gas? Shut up! What's premium? Oh, premium is $4.71. Premium is $4.71. See, I just needed to see that. And you got this guy up there blowing at me and shit like you're gonna do something. I got the Desert Eagle right here, buddy. It's like you ain't gonna do nothing just because I'm looking at gas prices. I ain't bothering nobody. And besides, I'm obeying the speed limit. You're not supposed to be speeding. It's 20 miles an hour, god damn it. Up there blowing at me. So anyway, yeah. Man, those gas prices, man, they gotta hurt. Really hurt. Really hurt. I wonder what MAGA is saying about them gas prices, huh? I wonder if MAGA has their home heating oil. Because that's another one, you know, home heating oil, diesel, propane, you know, all these things go up together. You know what I also forgot? Fertilizer. So just to fertilize our goddamn crops, the majority of our fertilizer comes through the Strait of Hormuz. So we could be facing a possible food shortage around the world. Now, I don't think that would happen unless this war continues, you know, for months. But I think they really, really need to hurry up and solve this, you know, because we could be facing food shortages because of this fertilizer. See, because it's not about the food you have now, it's about the food you're trying to grow later. And when you start facing food shortages, you know, or the futures of food go up. Okay, we got another gas station right here. What's this say? Let's see what this gas station says. Let's see what the Trump economy gas. Can't blame this on Biden. You can't blame this on Obama. What does that say? $3.75 for regular. Extra is $4.25, and premium is $4.65. And then diesel is $6 fucking dollars for diesel. Look at that. Yeah, go ahead, Audi. I'm gonna let you go because your car is slow and you got scratches all over that slow ass thing. Freaking gas car. That car is slow. I got the electric power, sucker. Go right past you, slow ass car. Stupid ass Audi. Look at these slow ass Audis. Those things are slow. Uh-oh, we got a cop over here. We're gonna fight some crime. I don't know what that guy did, but he just got his ass busted. We're gonna fight some crime out here. From now on, all the criminals, you're just going down. I wish they put me in charge. If I was in charge, man, criminals wouldn't stand a chance. It's like we'd be doing no-knock warrants at 1 a.m. Like, I'll let you just get in your bed and close your eyes so you can start getting that REM sleep. And then we're going to blow your door right off the hinges with C4. Breach and clear. And they're not going to let me be in charge. They're not, because I would set everything right, you know. And as for these pedophiles, it's like, fuck all these court cases. We'd be executing you by putting you in, those wood chippers where, you put something in it and it sprays the wood all over the lawn. We'd be, I solve all the problems. Fertilizer shortage, but we've got plenty of pedophiles, right? I have an idea. What we'll do is we'll make fertilizer out of the pedophiles. Isn't that brilliant? I'm brilliant. You see, some of these people like to try to quote these statistics about IQ scores, and they try to talk about people. They try to make it like, oh yeah, well, you've got a low IQ score, and the average IQ score of certain people is low. My IQ is only the highest because, first of all, I anticipate all of these problems. Like, I anticipated the fuel and the gas problem, so I have an electric car, an $80,000 electric Cadillac. How about that? And then the other problems. I can solve all the problems. I can solve them very quickly, very simply. I can solve these problems. Some of my means might be illegal, but I can solve your problems. So if we're going to have a fertilizer shortage because of the Strait of Hormuz, I have a perfect solution to solving that problem. It might be a little illegal, but it's a perfect solution. And I'm pretty sure most people would agree with it, except, the pedophiles. They probably wouldn't agree with it because, to tell you the truth, I don't see any point in talking about the Epstein files. How about we just, fertilize these people, turn them into... I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Now, I'm sure the pedophiles might not think that my IQ is very high. I think they might be against my plan, but you ain't got no goddamn rights. Anyway, I don't know. I have a problem. I need to stop because I'm letting my anger about traffic take over, because all this traffic. I don't like traffic. I could solve the traffic problem too. Yeah. Got another gas station coming up. Let's take a look and see what the gas prices are here. And the fun, what's crazy? Van Wyck, this shit, the Belt Parkway of Van Wyck, this shit has, a lot of those videos that you watch on Instagram and TikTok where you see people getting into car accidents, like BMWs speeding and getting in crazy car accidents, usually it's the Van Wyck, the Belt Parkway, or the LI Expressway, but usually it's the Belt Parkway and the Van Wyck. But what's crazy about this is this shit is 100% crowded most of the day, and all it takes is a single accident, like a fender bender, to really fuck things up, because you're already at capacity. Look at this, 369, 409, Supreme is 439. How about that? I see some planes, because JFK is a mess right now. JFK is a mess because of the, air traffic controllers and TSA. They're having issues. What is this? Diesel efficient. Diesel is fucking $5.79. That's crazy. Okay, let's look at the machines. Let's look at the machines to find out what is the gas prices. Let's see this machine. It sucks. But I have an electric Cadillac. You see, I'm way ahead. I'm always ahead. It's like, let me tell you something else about being ahead. They just changed the enlistment age into the military to 42. Well, guess what? I'm older than 42, so they can't come. They can't draft my ass. I know they're not drafting people, but I'm just saying. Yo, come on, let's go, guys. Come on. Fucking slow ass Mad Max truck. Let's go. Look at this. $449 and $439 for a premium. $449, $439. Damn. How about that? How about the Trump gas prices, huh? How about that? Can't blame that on Biden. Not that I really even care, because I hate I hate the Republicans and I hate the Democrats too. I think the Democrats, what they need to do, I believe it was Newt Gingrich who had like a new contract with America or something. I think that's what the Democrats need to do. They need to get rid of all of these losers, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. They need to get rid of all these people. And they need to have like a new contract with America. And they need to kick the extremists, like these hardcore socialists. You need to kick all those fucking people out. And they could form their own party. I could give a fuck. They could form their own party. And you could call it the extremist left-wing party. You can call it whatever you want. I can give a fuck. Because we have all the money and you don't. So we could kick these people out. And we form a new contract with America. We call it the New Democrat Party. I don't like the donkey as a symbol. I'd like to change that. We're gonna change it to the bald eagle. Yes, because the Republicans have the elephant. We're gonna change it to the bald eagle, and we're gonna have a new contract with America. And we're gonna say, listen, we're not gonna bother your kids. We're not gonna have transvestites reading stories to them and none of that bullshit. We're kicking all of those people out of the fucking party. They can form their own party. I don't give a fuck. And we're gonna make it so that we're gonna fix these goddamn schools. We're gonna make the schools better, and we're gonna have a whole new contract with America. Just give me the chance, and I would gut that goddamn party so good that a lot of people would love to vote for Democrats when I'm finished, because I hate the Republicans and I hate the Democrats too. But I want to start a third party. Look at this guy; he just ran the light. But he's a big truck, so, I guess nobody's really worried about it. Yeah. See, I at this point, I feel like we need extreme solutions to solve temporary problems. That's what I think. Renta. A pawn shop. Who the fuck uses a pawn shop anymore? Pawn shops are something you see in, like, 1980s B movies. And nobody uses those things anymore. That must be a front for drugs. Yeah, I think we need extreme solutions to solve temporary problems. So here we go again. It's morning, headed into the city. You gotta deal with this bullshit, all this freaking traffic. Got my car driving itself. No hands, Ma. Look, Ma, no hands. Got my little heated seat on 2. In fact, you know what? This is a good time. I turn on the massager. I usually don't use this very much. What do? You hit that button right there. You say, yeah, listen, I need a massage on my back. There you go. Wait, roll. Let's see. We'll turn that son of a bitch on. Need. Yeah. Okay, wait. No. I want the wave. Yeah. Let's do the wave. Okay, no, relief. It's a damn shame you got to relieve yourself and it's still freaking, you're just going to work. So, as you can see, the traffic is fucked up, and I'm stuck with these people. Well, I got this lady right here. Look at this lady. She got the Jeep. It's just a mess. This is ridiculous. And this is every... Oh, look at the Charger. That's a Scat Pack. Oh, I was hoping it was a Hellcat. But anyway, yeah, you got to do this every day. Now, oh, look at the Escalade. They got those... Everybody's putting lights on their emblems now, But yeah, this is what you got to deal with. So all I got to say is don't ever think that, because like a lot of people say New Yorkers are crazy. Yeah, well, we are, because this is what being here does to you. It turns you insane, basically. And I've said this before. So, sitting in traffic, this shit will wear you the fuck out. And there was a video, because I watch a lot of content creators before I go to bed, and I also watch them as soon as I get home from work. And because like when I get home from work, usually I watch like The View, and I usually watch business news, and every now and then, it depends what content creator has new content. It's like I usually watch a lot of stuff first before I go to bed, and then also when I wake up in the morning. Like even right now in traffic, I was listening to the Peter Schiff show because I missed it yesterday. Because when it came on, it was like 8 o'clock and I was too tired. So I said, nah, I'm going to go to sleep. I'll wake up and listen to it while I'm in the car. And when I was in the shower this morning, I listened to usually something else. But I saw this viral video clip, and it showed this guy, and he came home, and he didn't feel like getting out of his car and going right into the house because he had some loudmouth wife or girlfriend or whatever. And he's laying in his car, and she comes out to harass him while he's just trying to get his peace and quiet because apparently it's not peaceful in the house, he claims. And I was thinking to myself, it was like, I can relate to that. It's like, even without having a woman in your house to annoy the shit out of you when you don't want to be bothered, just sitting in traffic 30 or 40 minutes. When I go home, you sit in traffic 30 or 40 minutes and traffic isn't just flowing. It's like you get home, you don't even feel like getting out of the car. And then you think about it, it's like now, you know, most people, like this person got this BMW X5, you got this person in front with this Mercedes GLC. You know, we've got these luxury cars now, just like this car right here. You got these luxury cars, you got good sound systems, you got massage chairs, you got heated, ventilated seats and everything. And then I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what? You know, if people are buying luxury cars, there's a reason why they're doing that. It's because of this shit right here. It's like traffic sucks so fucking bad that you are stuck it. Because you think about it, it's like you're spending maybe 2 hours. Now, I don't know where you live, but I'm just saying, you're spending 2 hours in traffic. One way going, one way coming. Because I'm headed towards Manhattan. And you're spending 2 hours in traffic. You need to have something to take the edge off. Like me personally, you know, I got my White Castle's old cup. I got the coffee in this cup. So I got my coffee. And, you know, I'm sitting here. I don't even have to drive. That was the whole point. Like, there was a lot of people who were like, oh, yeah, you make a big mistake buying electric cars. Yeah, well, I bought one, and then I liked it so much that I went and bought another one. I got my car driving itself. It's like I don't even have to use my feet. All I got to do is watch and pay attention to the road just to make sure that the sensor sees what I'm looking at. And that's it. Now, someday, we're going to get to the point where the car drives itself completely and you can just lay there and go to sleep and wake up at work. That's what I'm waiting for. Now, I know that's going to be a long time because, you know, even right now, they got those Waymos, and every time those things go crazy and fuck up, somebody ends up getting injured. But it'll be a long time, but I'm waiting for those days, like when we have cars that can completely drive themselves. But this traffic is just unbelievable. It's like you need something to take the edge off. And I listen to these content creators, there's people like Hemi Muscle, and they show videos of these people who buy cars they can't afford, and they're regretting it and everything. But the crazy thing is, I'm looking at like even the new Honda Accord and these new Toyotas. When these cars cost like $40,000 or close to $50,000, and you're only putting down like $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, you're gonna end up with $1,000 a month car payment. Or let's say you have a $500 or $600 or $700 a month payment, but now you have to factor in insurance. Your insurance is going to push that above $1,000. Most likely you're going to pay like $300 or $400 for insurance. Here in New York, our insurance is crazy. Like, there's certain cars that I would love to buy, but I'm not willing to pay the insurance cost. Because as you know, like, I've tried to share strategies for building your credit. I've tried to share strategies for investment. But there's a lot of stuff that I would love to buy, but I'm not willing to pay the insurance. In fact, just the other day, it wasn't really an argument, but I was with my uncles, and they were pointing across the street to a house that was one of my uncles. He lives where there was another house, and the neighbors, they're getting ready to move to South Carolina. And they were like, yeah, you should buy, because they know how much money I have. And they were like, yeah, you should buy that house. I was like, I don't want that fucking house, because I don't want to pay your taxes. Because if you go to certain parts of New York, taxes can be very high. Inside New York City, for example, in some parts of the area, they have what's called incorporated villages, right? And the taxes can be like $20,000 a year. And what they do is they boost those taxes just to make sure that they can keep certain people out. It used to be that they'd keep black people out of certain areas. Like, for instance, Levittown. I got a story about that in a second I got to tell. I love the story. But it used to be about segregation and about keeping blacks out. And then blacks started making money. So then that segregation shifted. It's like, okay, well, now we want to keep poor people out in general, right? So if you're rich, oh yeah, you can move in. But if you're not rich, you can't move in. And then, because see, blacks, started working and making more money. And a lot of the factory jobs left. So what ended up happening was a lot of the blue-collar whites, they ended up either having to move down to Florida or they ended up having to basically leave. And a lot of these areas, like if you look at Long Island today, or if you look up the history of Levittown, for example, there was a lot of segregation, and it was basically written into the law. It's like, if you're black, you're not allowed to buy here at all, right? It was basically a sundown town. And the bottom line is, or not even just a sundown town, it was like, you're not even allowed to buy here. Forget being able to hang around. You can't buy here. But the bottom line is, racism started giving way to classism, because now you got people like me, black people who are wealthy and shit, So my thing is, it's like, I don't want to buy no house across the street from you, because I know my taxes would double. It's like, I'm not going to fucking move across the street from you. I'm going to let you stay right where you are. When it comes wintertime, you got to get out there. You got to have a whole fucking tractor just to get your snow up, because otherwise you would destroy your back trying to shovel, or just getting the leaves up during the fall. I don't want that much land if I have to take care of it. I don't want to do that. Like, I see why a lot of these rich people, what they do is they get land that has been concreted and paved, so that this way they don't have to do shoveling and leaves and shit. They don't want to do any of that, because that's an extra expense, and then it's a pain in the ass. It's a back. Your back is destroyed trying to shovel this shit and rake. Nobody wants to rake for hours. You got tons of leaves and shit. Nobody wants to do that. But story about Levittown. I have a female coworker friend, and she and her husband, it's like they right before COVID, she retired. And then after COVID, he started having employment issues. So right now, they're talking the same song that most of these other New Yorkers are talking about. Don't be fooled when you read the news or you hear these stories and you hear about people claiming, oh, I hate New York, I'm moving out of New York. Most of these people cannot afford to live here. I want you to understand that. Most of these people cannot afford to live here. The K-shaped economy is in hyper mode here. If you had your property and you were paid off before 2020, when that K-shaped economy went up and it went down, then you're probably okay. But if you didn't have your property settled and you didn't have your money squared away, chances are you're fucked right now. So a lot of these people hate living here. And it's, oh, I'm moving to Florida, and I'm moving to South Carolina, and I'm moving to Maryland, and I'm moving to Georgia. And I'm like, okay, if you want help packing, I'll help. But these people, like some of these people act, oh yeah, well, Mom Donnie's the mayor, and it's going to be London stand now, or New Yorker stand, so I'm moving. No, you're moving because you can't afford to stay here. Because believe me, if everybody could afford to move, they'd move. But they can't afford to move. They're in a very odd position where they can't afford to live here, but they also can't afford to move. They're in a very, very odd position. And then, you got to factor in some people have family. Like, I have most of my families up here. I haven't been down south since like 1993. The last time I was down in Atlanta was the same year they had that bombing of the Olympics. Like, I haven't been down there. I don't know nobody down there. I know I have family down there, but I'm not even interested in going down there to see them. We're supposed to have a family reunion. I don't even feel like going to see these people. But long story short, it's like most of these people who are talking about, leaving, they can't afford to stay here. And I'm thinking about my coworker. One of my coworkers, she lives in a segregated part of Long Island. And she just started getting new neighbors, and I visited her and I was hanging with her because she was having some health issues, and her new neighbors, I looking at their cars, luxury cars. One of them had a TRX, that was the husband, and then the wife had a BMW XM, and I'm looking at and I'm like, wow, you got rich ass neighbors, and she's like, yeah, those are our new black neighbors, and I was like, wow, it's like so. The new money coming in, it's all about classism now. It's not even about racism. It's really about classism. And a lot of these people are just getting squeezed out of here like a pimple. Like they're just getting forced out. Like there's nothing they could do. And that story is repeating itself in a lot of parts of this country. Oregon, Washington, Colorado. It's like these people are getting squeezed. I've got just a couple of years left till I can retire. I'm going to rent my property out, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, I'm going to be a New Yorker till the day I die. I'm always going to be a New Yorker. But I'll be damned if I'm going to spend my retirement years suffering from, this shit. I'm not doing it. I'm going to be on the beach, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, whatever. I'm going to be on the beach, some young chick wife, going to be having my children, and she's going to be fanning me with coconut leaves. I'm tired of this. I'll take a shortcut. But she's going to be fanning my back with coconut leaves, rub me down with oil. I think I'll go through the casino. Yeah, I'll go through the casino. I think I've showed you the casino before. But she's going to be fanning my back with the coconut oil and the coconut leaves, and she's gonna be feeding me buko juice. I'm getting there's no way in hell that I'm gonna deal with this, especially in retirement. No way, because this shit right here, man, this just takes years off of your life. It's like there's just traffic everywhere. This takes years off of your life. John F. Kennedy Airport, everything's a mess thanks to Trump. Gas prices are up thanks to Trump. This is a Trump economy. You can't even hope to blame this on Biden, because even if you blame it on Biden, everybody at this point their eyebrows would raise. What is this? This guy's license plate says Marathon, but it doesn't have an O. That new Jeep is ugly, and then they did a horrible job. They didn't even give it nice wheels. It's like, what were they thinking? They made every single new product so goddamn bland. Like, they didn't even give that thing nice wheel. Look at that. You can see the whole undercarriage. With my SRT, you never could see the undercarriage. God damn. It's like, that's just terrible at engineering. But anyway, I hope they like it. Look at this. I got a Chrysler Pacifica. Yeah, don't blow at me, goddammit. You see that red light? You ain't going nowhere either. Don't blow at me. Goddamn minivan up there blowing at me. You ain't nobody. We got another one right there. Got a white one, got a black one behind me. What are people blowing? Where do you think you're going? I'm one car getting in front of you, and there's a red light. We're not going nowhere. We're stuck right here. And you're up there blowing at me. So you gotta be real careful with the road rage, because the road rage will have you get out of your car, pull your Desert Eagle out, and blow somebody away. You gotta be real careful with the road rage. You gotta be real careful, because these people, they will push you right to the edge. You gotta be very, very careful. You gotta be very, very careful. Because I've got a trip to Vietnam to make, and I don't need anybody interrupting that at all, especially a jail sentence. Dear Lord Jesus, this is just insane. And then you got to be so, like, you have no idea how much attention you have to pay just to ensure that you don't hit anybody. because there's people everywhere surrounding you. It's 360 degrees of bullshit. And you just have to be so careful all the time to make sure that you don't come in contact with any of these people. That guy got hit. Look at the back of that fucking BMW. That guy got hit. You gotta be careful, homie. That guy got hit real hard. That's at least a 40-mile-per-hour hit. Wow. Yeah, see, here we go. This is Resorts World Casino. Now, what most people do is they come here and they park their cars, and then they take the A train into the city. And it's actually very, very efficient. You can see the A train right there. This is actually a very, very efficient place to park your car and ride the train, because they allow you to park on the field. It can be a very, very good way to travel. It's park and ride, they call it. So just in case you're in another country and you've never been here before, this is just something new I'm just showing you. So this is the Aqueduct Casino. This is New York City's main casino. It used to be Empire, what was that place called? Empire City up in the Bronx. But this is better because more people can get here. Like, we got a lot of tourists. So basically you just park your car and you just go, the train trestle's right up there. So you just park your car and you just get on the train. You ride the train into the city, because you can't park. They've made it so that it's like impossible to park your car in the city. If you park in the city, you're going to pay $50, $60, $70, maybe even $100 a day, maybe more. Because, I have a big car and they consider these oversized. So you're going to pay top dollar to park your car in the city. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll just park my car right here. And they get on the train right here. That's the A train. And then they take the train into the city. How about that? Or, you come home and gamble right there in the casino. Or both. I haven't been into that casino in a while. Because, I don't gamble like that. I prefer to buy dividend-paying stocks. But, this guy right here has the CTS with the red mirrors. I see him regularly when I come through here. It's a nice print he's got. Yeah, so and then they started putting parking meters. Well, not meters, but they started putting cards. Whoa, Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. This guy made my car emergency. You stupid motherfucker, why are you here? You could have gone Yo, you don't freaking do that. You go to the side. What the fuck are you doing? This is not a drop-off. Oh my, you see, this is, you know what? I gotta calm down. You stupid asshole. You're not supposed to do that here. You're supposed to do that on the side, you moron. I'm gonna put this guy on YouTube. You stupid asshole. FBE 7658, huh? Freaking Toyota RAV for these morons. You're not supposed to do that. Let me see. I want to see who this is. Where you going? How you going to turn from the left lane, you bitch ass? Yeah, I'm going to have to edit this part out of the tape.
I'm sitting here sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car. Really? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
Huh?
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car?
We sacrificed 168 beautiful, innocent school kids, the best kids. Tremendous sacrifice. Nobody does sacrifice like we do. We did it for you, sir. Believe me, Val, it's huge.
More. I want
you doing, man?
Do I look like I'm okay to you? Do I look okay to you?
Sorry.
It's right here. Oh, it's a woman. Yeah, she's trying to stay in front of him. I see what he's doing to you.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I see. Just let him go. Just let him go. Don't fight him. You're right.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. All right. That last video clip, the very last one, was I was with my father, and there was a woman, and I noticed in my rearview mirror that there was a guy in a truck who was road rage bullying her. I don't know if there's another word to call it, but basically he was road raging her. And I was talking to my father right before we saw this about the dangers of road rage, believe it or not. Like, we were having a conversation. I was showing him this video, and we were talking about how these people are acting, going crazy on airplanes, and, what I would do if I was on a plane and somebody got up and tried to open the door to the plane. Because, there's some of these crazy people, they try to get up and open the door to the plane. So basically, if that ever happened, first of all, I'm going to be sitting in business class, but God forbid I see you trying to open the door of my plane. I'm going to stomp you out like a fucking cigarette. And you'll basically be giving me an excuse to beat the hell out of you. And after I'm finished beating the hell out of you, I'm going to get a medal from Congress because I'm going to be a hero, because I'll have helped save the plane. Me and the captain are going to stomp you out. I'm going to get a medal. You remember, just like that cop who shot Ashley Babbitt? You remember how Congress gave her a medal? See, him a medal. You see, if you defend the public, and God forbid you're on a plane and somebody try to do something like this, terrorist or something, and you defend the public and you save the plane and everything, you get a medal for that. Like, you get a Congressional Medal of Freedom or something. So we were it was a long conversation. I don't want to sound like I'm rambling. But anyway, we were having this conversation, and I saw this woman, and she was getting bullied by this guy in this truck. And the problem with road rage is a lot of people don't know how to handle it. So the last time somebody did that shit to me, what I did was they were in front of me, and they wouldn't accelerate. What they were doing was they were trying to slam on their brakes in front of me. So what I did was I let them get to an intersection, and I let them keep doing it right up until the intersection. And then I stuck up my middle finger, and I turned off the road to the right, and I cut down a side block. And they didn't understand what I was doing because they thought that I was going to continue trying to go forward. And, I stuck up my middle finger. And there was, at one point, I was worried somebody might try to follow me. But the first thing I did was I pulled that Desert Eagle out, and I got that thing ready just in case somebody was going to try to follow me. Because I was like, yeah, listen, if you try to follow me, it's game over for your ass. It's just game over. But this poor woman, as you saw in the video, she didn't know what to do. So I just said, and she saw me recording it with my phone. So I was like, don't follow him, because that's what they expect you to do. Don't follow him. And she said, thank you. And, she was like, oh, I didn't do anything. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just don't follow him, right? So she decided to cut off in a different direction. And this guy, asshole, he turned on his hazard lights, and he was trying to figure out what's going on, because he thought that she was going to continue following. So just in case that ever happens to you, if somebody ever tries to do some road rage event to you, don't follow the people. What you do is, the second that you get a chance, just cut away from them. Cut to the right, cut to the left. Let them go on about their business. Don't follow them, because some of these people are crazy. If you are a concealed carrier, you don't want to have to do a defensive gun use. You don't want to have to do that. And if they do follow you, just make sure your concealed carry is ready to go. Just make sure, because, you never know. Some of these people are crazy. And, sometimes people do that. What they'll try to do is they try to cut you off, and they'll try to steal your car. Like, they'll carjack you. And that's happened to, like, dudes who've had these Chrysler products, like these SRTs and these Hellcats. What they'll try to do is they'll try to get you into an accident. Like, they'll actually hit you in the back, and as soon as you get out of the car, they try to come at you at gunpoint and steal your car. Some of them will follow you, or some of them will get in front of you and box you in, and they try to carjack you. So just remember that in the future, you know. So just I had to explain what was in that last video clip. So anyway, as far as the market, you can see the entire market is red. Thanks a lot again, Trump, for your poor leadership. So long story short, the Dow is 45,166. Now, I'm not so worried because I know in the long run, once Trump is gone, once the Democrats take power and they tie his hands up and make it so that this stupid bastard can't start any more illegal wars, because it's coming. And I know a lot of people want to, like, there's people on my channel who come on my channel and they have their heads up Trump's ass and they support him. And they think that they're telling me something when I'm saying, no, listen, in November, he's going to lose the House and the Senate. He may still have control of the Supreme Court, but even the Supreme Court isn't wholly his because John Roberts ruled against him. That's why you have the tariffs were considered unconstitutional. Anybody in basic civics class knows that those tariffs are unconstitutional simply because the presidency does not have that right constitutionally. So you can, I'll say it like this. I'm going to make this real simple. You can have your head up Trump's ass as far as you want your head to be. But we still have laws here. I don't give a shit what you think. We have a constitution. We've got laws. And he ain't breaking no laws. The Constitution rules, not him. Period. So when John Roberts said, no, guess what? Them tariffs are unconstitutional. All that shit that he was talking about, $2,000 tariff checks, went right out the window, just like I said it would. Where are them Doge checks? $5,000 Doge checks. Where are they? You can't do that because you're not the Congress. Only the Congress can put it into law that there's a DOGE, a Department of Government Expenditure, or whatever the fuck. Only the Congress can do that. The Department of Government Efficiency, or whatever they want to call it. All of that was unconstitutional. You ain't getting no money. So you can wait by your mailbox. It's not coming. It was never coming. So that said, these wars are unconstitutional. And by the way, I've said this before. I hate the Democrats and I hate the Republicans. But see, now I'm in a situation, just like a lot of other independents, where now you're left saying, well, wait a minute. If you have two wings on the same bird and it's the same stinking bird, how do you defeat it? And the key is, and I know you don't understand this because it sounds illogical, the key is you have to let one of the sides win. And you have to let them win entirely, i.e. what's happening right now. The Republicans right now have control of everything, but they're slowly destroying themselves and destroying their brand. You remember those days when they used to say, oh, the Democrats started all the wars. Well, what can they say now? You remember when Trump was like, oh, yeah, if you voted for Hillary or if you voted for Kamala, we'd be at war with Iran right now. Well, what do you have right now? That's the problem. They have an old saying. They say, how do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. You can't defeat this system, but you can force it to destroy itself. How? Because you let these greedy-ass Republicans get in there and start stealing and start insider trading. You let them get in there. They do that. They anger the other side so much that the other side comes out to vote against them. You've got all of these young kids now who are entering the voting rolls, and now they vote against the other side. Here's the problem, though. Once they get in, they're going to fuck things up, too. So now the other side has to slowly regain its foothold, and then they come back and they vote against the other side. Eventually, you destroy both sides. Eventually. The problem is, it's a long and slow process, and as long as you've got corporate money involved in it, you've got, like, fuel. Eventually, that's going to run out, though, because maybe they'll start passing laws that reduce corporate money because they'll be trying to stop the other side, or they'll do things so stupid that it inflames the voters, like trying to pass voter ID laws, which obviously are going to inflame the women because the women who've been married and they may be divorced now, they don't want to deal with voter ID laws, and they shouldn't have to. So as far as that SAVE Act, that shit is dead on arrival. The Democrats are going to continue to block funding for DHS, and they'll continue to block funding, and that will have its effects on our airports, unfortunately. However, that will force them to come to agreement simply because they can't have our airplanes crashing. So it's disgusting. Both sides. Let me tell you something. I said it in part of the video before. If I had the power, like, we'd wipe both these parties out if I had that power, but we don't. So what we'll just have to do is we'll just have to play along, unfortunately, because there's no other recourse. The problem is you have two clearly divided, polarized sides. So at this point, there's nowhere to go but, forward, and you have to deal with them. Now, can changes be made? Oh, absolutely. But are they going to make those changes? We really don't know. So I don't like either side of these people. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. And I'm independent at this point, so they can do what they want. But the bottom line is they're not hurting me, except when Trump is doing stupid shit, he's hurting the stock market. And the stock market that's slowing me down. Let's say this. When the Dow does manage to hit 60,000, once it gets past 50,000, once it gets to 60,000, I'm going to be a millionaire. And that's just a simple fact. So I got to wait until we get this stupid bastard out of the White House, and then I'll be a millionaire when the Dow hits 60,000. The Dow is not going up because of Trump. The Dow is going up in spite of Trump. And what people are saying now is that he's an insider trader, just like Nancy Pelosi was. What they're saying is that he's sending signals to his people to buy stock, and then he's crashing the market, and he's allowing them to get in and out, and they're making record profits by taking profit as the market is crashing. So what you're dealing with are criminals. That's what you're dealing with. These people are criminals, convicted criminals, by the way. These people are criminals. So we already know it, and there's nothing you can really do about it right now until November. November, we're going to give you our asses to kiss. I'm going to be there voting. You'll see. We're coming. We're coming. It's what is this? What is this? January, February, March. Okay, we're about to enter April. So we got April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So we got a little while, but don't worry, we're coming. We're coming for your ass. We coming. Market is absolutely a mess. Everything is down. Cryptocurrency is in the shitter. The regular stock market is down. I mean, it's obviously down 5,000 points. The high was 50,000. And after 50,000, that's when Trump announces his war on Iran. And now you're down 5,000 points. But see, we have no idea how long this is going to take. We have no idea how deep this is going to be. Because we just put supposedly 3,500 troops over there in Tripoli. Supposedly they're going to deal with Iran. But the problem is Iran is waiting for these troops. Iran's troops are battle ready, and they're waiting for our troops to be over there because they can't come over here to get us. So they want us to come over there where they can get at us. That's the problem. So we don't know how long this is going to take. We have no idea how long it's going to take to protect the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a gigantic strait. A lot of oil moves through there. If Iran is only allowing people to pay them, and they're saying you got to pay us in yuan, Chinese currency. So that tells you right there who's really in charge. Or follow the money. That tells you who's really in charge. I'm so glad that I lived in China and I learned Mandarin. I would suggest that what you do is you send your children to school to learn Chinese. Stop learning Spanish. At this point, it's a waste of time. You need to have your kids learn Mandarin because we already see what's happening, or at least I already see what's happening. Future's coming, and guess who's leading it? It's going to be China. These third world nations, these developing countries, All of them. You're laughing at them now. You're laughing how these people living in huts and teepees and shit. Guess what? These developing nations, including India, by the way, you're laughing at India, you're laughing at all these countries, you're laughing at these people being poor. But what you're seeing is news propaganda that shows all these countries are poor. That's the reason why I like traveling so much, because every time I go to one of these countries, you really see what these countries really look like. But the thing about it is they're going to all depend on China for everything. All of their stuff, their new stuff that they buy, everything is going to be brand new. All of their stuff, their houses, their buildings, their elevators, their stores, all of their technology, their LCD television, everything that they have is going to be brand spanking new. And it's all coming from either China or India or both. Not America. Because I want you to remember, as much shit as they talked about bringing factory jobs back to America, it hasn't happened. We moved most of our production, or we're trying to continue to move production from China, but guess where we're going? We're going to India. All this country has ever been is slave labor. That's all it's ever been. Corporations are now selling Americans products that are made in a foreign country, because what they want is they want to keep the lion's share of profit. But here, we've made the minimum wage like $17. And the corporations would rather employ a bunch of foreigners than to pay an American $17 an hour. So the return of jobs, it hasn't happened and it's not going to happen. It's just that simple. So we've moved, even Apple, they're moving all their production from China to India. What do you think is going to happen? India is going to get richer and richer and richer while we're buying all this stuff. Doesn't matter if it's Apple or Microsoft. It's the same shit. They're going to get richer and richer, and eventually they're going to tell America to kiss its ass. Because India already got nuclear weapons. India and Pakistan, they already got nuclear weapons. So eventually we'll get really rich. India will get really rich. And eventually they'll turn their back on America and say, yeah, kiss our ass. We're tired of you. And it's obvious. They do that country to country to country to country. We're looking for slave labor to work dirt cheap to make our products. And they always turn on us. That's just how it happens. And the corporations will just find somebody else. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it'll be another third world country. Maybe it'll be Bangladesh next. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Sri Lanka. I don't know. But you'll see. But that's what they do. That's exactly what's happening. The whole market is a mess. These everything's down. I'm not worried because, again, I buy... what is it called? Dividend paying stocks and gold. And gold is down along with Bitcoin, but it's only down like $500. Bitcoin's down 66,000. And I guess the floor of Bitcoin was about 60,000 because what was it? The low was about 60,074, it says. 60,074. So that seems to be the floor. That seems to be the new floor. It used to be like 50. But it looks like they got $10,000 more. That's the new floor, it looks like. Because it seems like it won't go below that. There's a lot of people who are holding, and they have no choice but to hold that shit forever. You have Micro Strategies or Michael Saylor, and they're forced to buy more because that's his strategy, is to buy as much as he can to try to manipulate the market price. But right now, that's not happening. So, my recommendation is to continue doing exactly what I've been telling you to do all along. Buy banks, buy oil. Right now, look at this. These are all the airlines. All of them are down. I say buy banks, oil, and credit cards. Because you see, with all of this red, guess who's not in the red? Guess who's not in the red? It's oil that's not in the red. You got... And I've been telling you all this for a long time because I've been trying to make y'all money. I've been trying to help you to make money, giving free advice. But guess what? If you don't follow it, I can't help you. It's on you. If you don't know about it, I can't help you. So, I did my best. I tried. Valero, Chevron, Exxon, Sunoco, Occidental, Shell, BP, they're all in the green. Oil is the cornerstone of my stock portfolio. And by the way, I've been telling you a couple of times, I've told you for a while, that in addition to your own stock portfolio, what you should do is you should also have an AI trading account. I might just show you part of, because what I did was with Wells Fargo, eventually I might do another video about trading accounts in general. But Wells Fargo, the way they do it, they allow you to pay $500 to start an AI trading account, right? Every month, you can decide how much money you want to have added to that trading account, and it automatically trades for you. You don't do anything. The computers auto trade for you. Every month, you can put more money in. You can tell it how much you want to put in, like $100 a month. So out of your paycheck, $100 a month goes to your auto trading account. And what it does is the computer automatically takes small amounts of the money that you've just put in it, and it continues to invest and buy shares automatically. And you don't have to think about it. Now, I've noticed that it tries to diversify. Like, I've noticed it bought ETFs from Goldman Sachs, and it bought ETFs from this place and that place and this place and that place. So Wells Fargo allows you to do that for $500, and then maybe you pay $100 a month, if that's how much you want to invest. You don't have to put that much in. Like, you can put money in bulk. Like, if you want, every year you can put in another $1,000 or something like that, or $1,200. It's up to you. Charles Schwab, however, their AI trading account is $5,000. So the AI trading that Charles Schwab does, it does the exact same thing. The only difference is they want a lot more money down. And I think they're kind of doing themselves a disservice, because I think if they reduce the fee to $500, which I think is way more reasonable, if they reduce the fee to $500 and then they advertise it, they say, hey, guess what? We've got AI trading, and we've got these AI trading accounts, and you can put $500 in, and we'll trade for you, and you can watch your balance grow or whatever. If they did it that way, because right now, I don't think a lot of people know about their AI trading. And I went into a Charles Schwab about 2 years ago, and I was asking about AI trading, and the guys who were in there, they had no idea what I was talking about. So he told me, he was like, well, if you leave your name and your number and this and that, I'll have somebody get back to you. And I walked in knowing everything about it, but I wanted to sit and talk to somebody about my ideas that I had for AI trading. So the guy had no idea what I was talking about. And he had somebody call me back, but the guy who called me back only knew basics. Like, he told me, oh yeah, well, it's going to cost $5,000. But I was like, yeah, I already know that. I was like, what can you tell me about, like, the algorithm? What can you tell me about how it invests? They knew nothing about it at Charles Schwab. And I went into 2 different branches. I went into one of the branches was in Roslyn, a very rich area. And then I went into one in Westbury. They didn't know anything about it. And I was shocked. And my recommendation, you could do it all by yourself. And, you know, if you have $5,000 to risk, if you don't have $5,000, you can always do the Wells Fargo for $500. And you can put more in, because just understand, over time, it's the computer slowly takes money out and invests it. So you can either have an AI trading account or you can do it by yourself. But my recommendation is that you have both. You know, there's no reason you can't have both, an AI trading account and a regular account. But long story short, the market's a mess. It's going to be a mess for a long time. With the destruction that's going on, I'm not going to be surprised if oil prices spike considerably. Like Valero, what are they saying? They're saying Valero Energy stock underperforms Friday. It says Valero faces lawsuits over Port Arthur blast. Okay, that's not a big deal. Chevron. Let's see. Surging Chevron stock has more going for it than just higher oil prices. Okay. ExxonMobil refocuses on advantage assets as New Zealand exit looms. Exxon stock jumps as today's oil rally. All of oil is going to rally. It's going to keep on going up. And especially if this war deepens and if it lasts any length of time. They're saying jet fuel is up, home heating oil prices are up. Obviously, gas prices are up. The only reason I think in a lot of places gas prices have not hit $5 is because of the strategic oil reserve. Now, how much oil is left in that, I have no idea. But we have a strategic oil reserve. And they use that for political strategy to make sure that oil doesn't go so high that it costs them elections. So I always thought the oil was supposed to be there for war, just in case we needed oil in a time of war. But apparently that's not how they're using it. They're using it to save their asses politically. But even then, home heating oil, gas prices, and diesel prices have gone up. These dudes who do these diesel trucks and they're working, trains, businesses, they're feeling it. And if diesel goes up, food prices go up because obviously they're linked together. Not to mention you have farm equipment. And then the other issue is that they get so much fertilizer out of Iran. Fertilizer prices are going up. And we're about to enter spring. This is when the farmers are planting their crops. It takes about 8 weeks to yield these crops. So, yeah, they got a mess on their hands. They got a real big mess on their hands. But anyway, that's the market watch for now. So, I know I'm going to get questions, comments, criticisms, whatever. But the bottom line is, yeah, Trump has failed. His presidency is a failure. His approval ratings are extremely low. Oh, yes, he's still president for now. But I mark my words, his presidency is not going to end well. We are going to be $40 trillion in debt before the end of this year. His presidency is not going to end well. He's going to lash out. He's going to try to blame Obama. He's going to try to blame Biden. He's going to try to blame Iran. He's going to try to blame Venezuela. He's going to try to blame everybody because he's never going to accept any responsibility for anything, which is that's just who he is. That's who you voted for. The bottom line is, long story short, his presidency is not going to end well. It may end tragically. It may end a bunch of ways, but it's not going to end well. Just mark my words on that. Damn state troopers. Oh, you got. Oh, that's too bad. State troopers out here catching these fools. You got to be so careful out here. You got to keep this car under 55 miles per hour. Because otherwise, them state troopers, they're not playing with your ass. They get you. They get you. Nope. You stay right there, Tahoe. You're too slow. It's a woman driving it. That's why she's so slow. She doesn't know how to change lanes efficiently. You know, these DEI female drivers. Anyway. So let's go to the car meet. Dollar menu meet. Let's see who's there today. It's cold out here. It's 44 degrees. It's pretty cold out here. Feels like it's 30. That's one thing I really like about this Vistic, man. This thing's got instantaneous torque, and then it's got some pretty damn good pickup, and I'm not even in VMAX mode. I don't even have to use this button most of the time. This thing is fast. It's a lot faster than my Lyric was. See, the problem was the Lyric was like a prototype. It's like when they brought that out, they were testing a lot of technology that they were planning on using. And then they filtered that technology down to the optic of the newer Lyric and then the other Vistic, right? But this truck has it all. And it was only $80,000. Like, you could pay $100,000 and you could get some, extra trim stuff. But I was like, nah, I don't need to. 80,000 is enough for this car. Because my next car, I think I want the Mercedes S-Class S580 or S500. I really don't want a gas guzzler. Hopefully Mercedes is going to make a full electric S-Class. I really hope they do. Because a full electric S-Class would answer all of my problems. And I might hold on to this truck, because this truck, I think I could get about 6-7 years out of this truck. Maybe 6-7 years. So even though it's a 2-year lease, I could probably extend the lease a year or refinance it. But the problem is I don't know what the interest rates are going to be. So I have to wait and see, because by the time Trump's presidency is over, I have no idea what the economy is going to look like. I know we're going to be $40 trillion in debt. They will be eventually forced to lower interest rates simply because servicing the national debt is so expensive with the current interest rate. So they're going to be forced to lower it one way or another. So mark my words, thanks to this $40 trillion in national debt, which might even be higher than that, because God knows the consequences of the Trump presidency. The bottom line is they'll have no choice but to lower the interest rates. And once they do lower the interest rates, you should have your money ready if you want to refinance your house, or, I don't recommend taking out loans like this, but if you need a home improvement loan or something and you want the lowest possible interest rate you can get on it, you can wait until they end up being forced to lower interest rates, and then you can take out money. Because I know I have family members that I was going to tell them, it's like, yeah, you know what, if you want to take out money in order to do the home improvement you need, you've got a lot of equity. So, you could definitely do that. You could wait until the interest rates drop, just be ready, and you could refinance, But God knows what the economy is going to be like in 2 years. God knows. But I'm gonna be ready. I'm always ready. Uh-oh, look at this. McLaren, holy shit, he's got that one, I think that's called the Sienna or something. Yeah, with that big tail on it. Big old yellow McLaren. McLarens really don't do anything for me. The F1 LM is probably the only one I actually like, because you get to sit in the middle of the car and you have center seating. I like that. But other than that, I don't really like McLaren at all. They're cute. I'd prefer Lamborghini though. All right. It's a nice day out here. It's just cold. But it is nice. Turn on my auto driving. This way I don't have to focus and concentrate so much. Uh-oh, is that another one? No, that looks like a BMW. That's not a state trooper. Usually you see state troopers parked up there. That's probably just a person having problems with their BMW. Every now and then I see those cars like on the side, and people having problems with them. Gotta have to get towed and shit. I've got one of those A-Team GMC vans on my ass. The A-team. Okay, this guy's got a lucid air. Lucid air. It looks like there's 3 passengers. Could be 4. Oh, looks like it's just his dad and his daughter. Well, we got spring break coming up. Easter Sunday and spring break. It's a damn shame what's going on in the world with Trump, you know, because each of my spring breaks, I was on Emirates flying to Dubai and then going on to Seychelles, Maldives, Thailand. Can't do shit now. You can't go that way. You can go the opposite direction, but you can't go that way. Now, I know they've rerouted a lot of air traffic around that area, but right now nobody wants to travel. Not in that area. Nobody wants to travel because it's like everything, you know, was peaceful, and now thanks to Trump, it's not. And you know what? I would like to send my thanks, my personal thanks, to the Nobel Peace Prize Association for not giving that bastard Trump a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Nobody should have given him no goddamn Nobel Peace Prize. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are trying to offer theirs to him, but fortunately it's non-transferable. So yeah, if somebody could give it to you, but that don't mean shit because it's non-transferable. But for what he's doing right now, he ain't never getting no Nobel Peace Prize. Ever. Ever. They'll never give him one now. It's perfect. Especially after those girls got bombed in that Iranian school, he could forget it. But see, what it is, ultimately, what you got to understand is he's jealous of Obama. And that's what this really comes down to. He's jealous of Obama. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get everything Obama did. And he's trying to recreate that. But he's trying to do it better. The problem is he's a fuck-up. And he's not doing a very good job of it. So Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. And I'll admit, he didn't really do anything to get it. But they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize basically because he was the first black president. And I'll just say it like that. But what else? Obama was able to capture and kill Osama bin Laden, obviously using SEAL Team 6. So if you wanted to make the argument that he got it for that, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But Trump is going after all these dictators and everything as if they're Osama bin Laden. It's like, no, that's not the same thing. These were regular people that their governments and their people elected. And you went in there and you killed you killed the Ayatollah, these people's spiritual leader. And you thought that they were going to just roll over and not fight back? Of course they were going to fight back, you moron. They weren't. And you know what? I had always heard that. I had always heard people say, listen, if America ever attacks Iran, the entire Arab world is going to just go crazy on them. And I was like, yeah, okay. But sure enough, our generals knew that, and they never wanted to attack Iran because they knew that that was going to happen too. But sure enough, you get some idiot named Trump, and this stupid son of a bitch is going to do exactly what they were trying to warn him not to do. You know, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But, hey, the die is cast. This is where we are. What are you going to do? You know, it'll be over soon. His presidency will be over soon. Be it takes 2 years, he'll be gone soon. For all of these people who think J.D. Vance is going to be president, You're out of your goddamn mind. It's not going to happen. See, the thing you have to remember is MAGA is racist. J.D. Vance is sitting up there with a whole Indian family. They're not letting him in there. It's not going to work. See, the problem with Trump's supporters is that they're non-transferable. There ain't nobody who's going to get their support like Trump gets their support. So because they're non-transferable, once he's gone, that's it. He's gone, you know. And I know, you know, these real morons, these stupid assholes on X Twitter, whatever you want to call it, who up there, oh yeah, well, Charlie Kirk was murdered. He could have been a president. Listen, Charlie Kirk was never winning anything, ever. The only thing he won was a hole in the head. Ever. It wasn't going to happen. Like, I listen to these people, and I'm like, you guys are nuts. You guys are really crazy. But, they'll have to learn the hard way. And for these people who want to keep arguing with me that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez stands no chance of winning, if she runs for the presidency, she's going to win it. Now, that's the variable that has to be fulfilled. She actually has to run for president. If she runs for president, she's going to win. You'll see. I know you don't want to believe it, but it's a simple logic chain. If she runs, she will win. This is not the same thing as Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris isn't popular. Alexandria Cortez, she's popular. There's a difference. But you'll see. You'll find out the hard way. My predictions come true. So we'll see what happens. All right. We are here now. That guy must be planning to go there because he's got a BMW with a wing on it. So he's on his way right there, a little BMW right now. Or whatever that is. It might be a freaking, I don't know what that is. But anyway, I'll see him in a minute. Oh my God, these fucking bumps. Jesus Christ. Look at this guy. He looks like he's up to no good. Jesus, these holes in the ground. All right, let's see who's out here. Probably, there might not be a lot of them out here. There's a handful of them. Dodge Vipers. They bringing out the Holy shit, they got the Vipers out this week. Oh, some of them leaving? Who's this? This guy's got the, what is that? What is that? That's a McLaren, I think. Yeah, he's on his way out of here. Got a couple of dudes here. A couple of Lambos. Oh, shit. Okay, we got ourselves a little bit of a dollar menu meat right here. Dollar menu meat. Okay. I'm going to get me some Starbucks. Give me some Starbucks coffee. Okay. So giving test drives. Oh shit. Okay. We got a C7 and C8s here. No ZL1Xs around. Not yet, anyway. I think the regular C8 is actually a really good value. It's like, I think, you know, I'm beyond the point where you gotta have like the absolute fastest car, because they've already uh-oh, it's a McLaren, he's acting up. I thought he left a while ago. I swear to God, that must be the slowest goddamn traffic light I've ever seen. Because that guy, yeah, it was at least like 3 minutes that guy was waiting there in traffic. He was waiting for that light for like a solid 3 minutes. But anyway, yeah, I don't really think you have to have a Z06 or a ZR1 or anything like that. I think the base model with decent equipment, I think that's a really good deal. And the base model C8 is easy to get on the, like you go to like, what are those bullshit car markets like Carvana and stuff. You can get these C8s now for like 60,000, 50,000. Look at this guy, Shelby truck. Got the Shelby truck. Shelby truck. Oh, we got the Ram TRX. There it is. There it is. Ram TRX. Look at that shit. God damn. That poor guy with the Shelby truck heard me talking about the Ram TRX. That's the real truck right there. It's the Ram. If I were ever going to buy a gas pickup truck, that would be the one I'd bought. I'd buy that Ram TRX. Yeah, Shelby truck. Yeah, I'd have to get that Ram TRX though, I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. There were two Mantis screen Huracans. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, there was one that was all the way over there. That one, when I first came in, he had his engine up. He was showing everybody his engine.
Mercedes crew over there, huh? The old big bodies.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that W222 still looks great, man. I like those wheels. We're gonna go to Starbucks, get a coffee. Those are good wheels. I like those. Really nice. And the WS550. Yeah. And then we have the W220 right here. So you got the W220, the 221, and the W222. Yeah. There you go. Let's see what we got today. Ice lavender cream chai. I do not want the chai. I don't like that shit. I don't like that stuff at all. Let's see what else I got. I ended up getting this ube coconut macchiato, but here's the kicker. Oh, thank you. This cup is solid plastic, and the straw is solid plastic too. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this cup to work, and I'm going to. This cup was like $3. I'm gonna take this to work, and I'm gonna use it as my primary coffee cup, so that you always assume that I have Starbucks, even if I don't. Because I like making my own coffee. I don't want to have to spend fucking $12 a goddamn day for a cup of coffee. But yeah, the drink is good, but I really bought it so I could get this collector cup. So I paid $15. There we go. Oh, another Viper. Anybody else come out today? These Porsche G Carreras. A Stingray back here. We got a couple of C7 Corvettes over there. This is a Grenadier, Ineos Grenadier. So basically, BMW wanted to make their own G-Wagon. So what they did was they made the Ineos Grenadier. All the stuff inside there is BMW. The transmission, the engine. I just, like, people buying these things like they're on a motherfucking safari or something. Like, the G-Wagon looks like it's pretentious. I'm on a safari, but this looks like I'm on a safari. This is like some shit where you drive up to some lions and some cougars and tigers. Yeah. This is like absolutely safari, and then it has that high air intake so that you could basically drive through like deep mud and shit. If this thing was submersible and if it could drive through water, that would be cool too. It's very interesting. There's a guy at my job, and he was asking me what did I think about the Ineos Grenadier. And I was like, yeah, well, if you're interested, you know, you could lease this for $1,000 a month. But I would lease it because this is the kind of thing, just like with those new G-Wagons, you don't buy these things because when these things start to break, the fucking repairs are astronomical. You know, to repair the transmission and stuff like that, that's just astronomical. $10,000, $20,000 repairs, man. I'd lease that. I'd lease it, and the second that shit looks at me wrong, the second it gives me a single problem, it's going back. A lot of Corvettes today. Ram TRX left. You gotta clean all that bird shit off that Rivian. It's like, if you're gonna bring your car, make sure it doesn't have bird shit on it. It's like, I keep microfiber cloths and I keep some spray right in my trunk. Make sure that I don't get no bird shit on my car. Or at least I can get it off, you know. This guy's got the Porsche Panamera. Not too much going on around here. Yeah, so far so good. Charger, scat pack. Oh. I see the Lambo boys didn't show up today. So two of Vueltos and one Aventador. They didn't show up today, I see. GT3 RS showed up, but the Lambo boys didn't. Where are the Lambo boys? It's 10:35. They only have 20 minutes. See, the very simple reason why the C8 is always going to do better than that Dodge Viper is because the C8 is sold as an automatic. Without that manual transmission, now anybody can buy a C8 or hope to afford one. Nobody want to deal with that manual shit. Oh, it's two yellow Carrera Porsches. I didn't realize there was two of them. You know what? It's funny. This Rivian is faster than most of the cars out here. Those quad motor Rivians. Those things are fast. You'd be surprised how fast those things are. Those things will absolutely eat your ass in a quarter mile. People are getting ready to leave. Only got about 20 minutes before Macy's opens up. Okay. I had decided I was going to wait until the Lambo decided to leave. So it looks like they're leaving. And I gotta say, you know, I never really liked the Huracan because I never liked the V10 Lamborghinis. But now, with that new bullshit Temerario out, it's like, yeah, that V10 now is looking better and better. It's like if I was in the market for a small Lamborghini, I would go for that one instead of the Temerario. I don't care if it is newer. You ain't selling me no twin turbo V8 for no fucking $400,000. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Twin turbo V8. So I see the Corvettes are leaving too. So, yeah, so I'm getting out of here soon. I wonder when these Viper boys are leaving. These Dodge Viper guys. Come on, Viper guys, you got to show off your engines. Come on, let's go. Where are you? Oh, I see the Lamborghini's doing a long pass here. Something's coming. Either that or it's going in the opposite direction. You know, it's funny. There's some people who ask me why I would not buy an Android phone. And it's very simple. There's no Android. I've never seen an Android phone on the market that can comfortably shoot hours of video and then finalize the video on the phone simply because none of them have iMovie. It's like Apple is really good at what they do. It's like they're not perfect, but they're really good at what they do. And a little Miss Richie Rich with her G-Wagon going to shop at Macy's over here. Yeah, so Apple is so good at what they do. Like they got this new $500 MacBook Neo. And they're selling this MacBook Neo $500. And if you're an education, like a student, you could buy it for $500. But if you are a regular person, it's like $599. So the thing about it is, this thing has 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it can run games like Grand Theft Auto 5. And I was saying, you know, if they could make it so, if that MacBook Neo runs Grand Theft Auto 6, that would sell units, you know? Oh, this new Nautilus. Chinese-made Lincoln Nautilus. And that's a good, I love how in the Lincoln Nautilus, they got that stretch across screen. Like, I know some people don't care about screens, but I like the way they've designed that Lincoln Nautilus. But that's a Chinese-made product that's shipped here to America. So this Chinese lady right here, she got the car fully loaded. That thing costs like $89,000, like fully loaded. I see one of the Vipers left. Yeah, so it's about time for me to get out of here. It's cold. My fingers are cold. Yeah. That Lincoln Nautilus, that's a nice car, you know? That's like a nice car for a little wife or something. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I don't 10:48, yeah. Yeah, it's almost that time. Everybody should be leaving within like 10 minutes. My fingers are so cold. I gotta start wearing gloves out here. My fingers are freezing. Yeah, but freezing out here, Jesus. Yeah, everybody else is left. I'm about to get up out of here. Probably go by American Manhasset, see if the Apple store's open. Just pass by, because they ain't really got nothing I want to buy right now. I've been seeing a lot of those Lincoln Nautiluses on the road. Oh, the BMW. Yeah, I wonder how many of these cars are going to end up wrecked on Instagram. You're going to be on Instagram watching BMWs getting destroyed. I do like this. This is fucking nice. These are nice wheels. These are really nice wheels. Tesla's supposed to be making a minivan soon. Yeah, I've had it. I'm tired. It's freaking cold out here. All right. Let's get out of here. Oh shit, I'm supposed to go. I might go by Apple because I did want to ask them a question, but it's not that important. Just see if anything's happening in American and Manhasset, but it's still kind of early. They don't open until like 11:30. Yeah, it's still early. First Amendment strikes hard, doesn't it? Anyway. You know, yeah, slowing down might be a good idea. Lucid. Alright, so they're doing their thing. They're trying to sell those Lucid Airs. I can't see myself buying one, but yeah, they're doing their thing. Man, it's cold. It's 42 degrees. My fingers are still cold. I got the heated steering wheel on. My fingers are freezing. Steinway. I wonder, how do those piano sales stay in business? It's like, are people buying pianos? Like baby grands and stuff like, are people really buying those things? Interior design. Le Coquille. It's like a French restaurant. I might go there someday. Take my chick. Go get some La French food. This is a nice school. You know, this is the type of school where people complain. It's like, how come the rich kids got all of this and that? The rich kids got all this stuff, and the public school kids don't. Well, I don't think Apple opened up yet. They do have those new AirPod Max 2s, and the new AirPod Max 2s have the live translation. I think if I were to get something like that, because I already have the Pro 3s, I really don't need the Max 2s, but, you know, it would make sense. I could sell the Max 1s that I have and buy the Max 2s. Oh, shit, they out there, boy. They must be trying to get that MacBook Neo. They're waiting on that line, boy. It's freezing out here. You got like 30 minutes to wait. Holy shit. Where's the Samsung store's line? How come they don't have a line like that? Where's the Samsung store at? Oh, that's right, because nobody wants this shit. All right. Wow. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going in there right now. I'm not doing it. Yeah, that line's too long. It's like, I'll come back. I'll come back when there's like nobody here. They're probably trying to buy those MacBook Neos. That's what it is. What's this? So we got Lucid. Got that Lucid Gravity. Lucid Air. No Sapphires out here. I can't believe that one time I came by and they actually had that Lucid Sapphire. And like, that was beautiful. That was just amazing. What's going on over here? Fertilizer. Jimmy Choo's. Looks like there's really not much going on here. Yeah, so I'm about to leave. There's not a lot going on. But, you know, the place hasn't really opened up, so I wouldn't expect. It looks like they got, like, the standard Model Y to show off. Got the Model Y Performance. Some cops up here. What's these cops doing? I don't know what he's ticketing somebody. Oh, this is a Jeep Wagoneer S. Says do not enter, and what's he doing? He's entering. You stupid moron. He is so stupid. Yeah, just don't hit me, asshole. You dummy. You're not supposed to go in that way. Yeah, there's a little bit of shopping I'm gonna just do, and I'm going home. I'm tired. I'm gonna charge my car, get away from them Trump gas prices, plug my car in, charge my car, get it ready for the week. Yeah, there's only a couple of things I gotta do. My CPA needs to hurry up and do my taxes, so I get all that tax return. And you know, it's funny with the tax returns, a lot of people are about to lose their tax returns because they owe money on student loans, and they're going to get their tax returns garnished to pay back that student loan. And a lot of people are angry about that. Like, you see them on TikTok pissed off. And me personally, it's like, listen, you signed the promissory note the same way I did. You took out this money to get this degree, and now you're going to pay for it. And they thought that they could get away with not paying the shit. And it's like, nah, it doesn't work that way. They've got your social security number. They know who you are, and they know where you work. They know how much money you make. They know how much you pay in taxes. They know how much you get back in taxes. You're going to pay this back. And these people, they didn't pay the interest. They didn't pay the principal. They didn't pay. And now they're going to pay. But what's funny to me about tax returns, that's your money. And basically what the government did was they withheld your money, and they basically took a no-interest student, or no, not a student, but they took a no-interest or a very low-interest loan from you, and you're fighting to get your money back. You know, I think that is so ironic. You know, with a tax return, that's your money, you know, but now they don't have to withhold as much because they're just going to screw you by garnishing your wages. But they're literally taking your money, doing whatever they want with it, and then giving you scraps back. Oh, look at this orange C8. That's pretty. I like that color. Orange is nice. Look at all these Model Ys. You see all these people. You can count the number of electric cars. These people, C8's coming. C8's coming. He's going to go around me. I'm going to let him. Look at this. Yeah. GM power. But you can count the number of electric cars. Americans are getting their asses kicked by Trump gas prices. They're getting their asses kicked. And I'd say they're tired of it, so they're buying electric cars. Now, there's some people like, oh yeah, well, you could take your electric car and shove it. You know? Like, they even make an electric E-Ray Corvette. Like, the E-Ray Corvette, that's pretty cool. That's faster than the C8. You know? But, you know, the market speaks for itself. Most of these people, they started buying those Teslas a long time ago just so they could get away from these gas prices. And sure enough, because I remember in 2012 when Teslas were first, look at these Escalades, IQs. I remember when these electric cars, when the Teslas first came out, and we had Hurricane Sandy. And the problem wasn't the gas prices. The problem was there was no gas because the pumps were knocked out in New Jersey. They couldn't even get oil pumping. They couldn't even pump the shit. And I was thinking to myself back then, I was like, man, if I only had an electric car, I could just charge this thing at my house and I wouldn't have to wait on these gas lines for hours and hours and hours. I even have videos on those gas lines. I have videos back then during Hurricane Sandy. And it's like, man, if I only had an electric car. Sure enough, 2021, you had the gas spike when Russia invaded Ukraine. And by then, 2021, I still badly wanted an electric car back then because my electric car, I didn't get till 2024. And this is Lincoln Nautilus again. But now that I have an electric car, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna go shopping, I'm gonna drive home, and when I get home, all I got to do is plug my car in. And that's it. And right now, I have half my battery, 151 miles. I'm gonna charge this thing, the other half. It'll be done. I'll take a nap. It'll be done by the time my nap is over. And it's like I'm my own gas station. Like solar panels, I like the idea of solar panels. I don't like the execution, how they're selling them. If I have solar, I want to have backup batteries at my house. And the reason why you have the backup batteries is because the backup batteries hold on to that power till nighttime. And right now, a lot of these, like GM has it. GM has like a backup battery solution. So when you have these people who live in places where the electricity is really, really spotty, a lot of people are getting solar panels and they're getting the backup batteries. Like they're either getting the Tesla Powerwall or they're getting the GM energy solution. And I like the idea of the GM energy solution because I'm not giving that piece of shit, racist Elon Musk a fucking dime of my money. I'll give it to Cadillac. I'll give it to GM. I ain't giving Elon Musk a fucking dime, period. But as far as GM's energy solution, this car right here can reverse charge to my house. So if, I have a backup battery at the house, that's more than enough with the solar panels to get you through if there was an energy crisis and your power went out. However, just in case there was a bigger problem, you can plug this battery to your house, your car, and your car can charge up your house. And this car, what is it? This car has a 100 kilowatt hour battery, right? That's enough for me to use for the entire month because during a month, I don't use 100 kilowatts. Like I got my bill for this past month and they said that at my house, I used about $100 worth of electricity. But then for the car, I used about another $100 worth of electricity. And I do all my charging off peak. So worked out fine. Worked out just fine. I don't want these cops to see me with the camera because then they get scared. The last thing cops want you doing is recording what they're doing. They don't want you recording nothing because God forbid you catch them committing crimes. It's like the real accountability is the camera phone. That's the real evidence. It's not the evidence they collect, it's the real evidence. Escalade IQ. Look at that thing. That thing is a beast. God damn, that thing's big. But these people are rich. They got the gated community and shit. These people are rich. That's old money. See, that's what I'm saying. You'll need to put together your dividend portfolio. You'll need to put together portfolios for your kids. Get your kid an AI trading account. It's only $500. And put money into it. Every kid, when the kid has a birthday, just put more money into it. Yeah, get your kids AI trading accounts. So your kids are going to be rich. That's what I'm talking about. Because see, and what's funny, all of the money that I'm making in my portfolios, I make so much as a salary that I don't even think about that money. That's the reason why I buy and hold. Like you get a lot of these people who are day traders And day traders really don't make that much money. The studies show, look at $4.75 for gas. The studies show that day traders really don't make much more than about $30,000 on average. But my thing is, I make so much money regularly that I don't even need to think about the money that I'm putting in the stock market. And all of the YouTube money that I earn every month, I just take that and put it in the stock market too. I don't even touch it. Like, I just put it right in the stock market. And I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get old and I'm just going to sign those stock portfolios. I'm just going to give it to my children. So I'm going to have my Asian wife, and she's going to be feeding me buko juice and rubbing my ass down. I'm going to be retired in Southeast Asia. She's going to be rubbing my ass down and giving me pain medication, rubbing my butt down with the buko juice, feeding me coconut oil and all types of shit. And I'm just going to give my kids that money. It's like, yeah, here's your daddy's giving you money. Look at this. So here, gas prices right here. What is that? Mobile. $3.69, $5.69, $5.99. And diesel was $6 something. You know, you can't make that shit up. So Trump is, hey, yeah, we gas is at its lowest prices ever. No, it's fucking not. Stop lying. Look at that. Blue S-Class. I like that color. I don't think I could buy blue or black, though, because blue or black has horrible fingerprints and dust. It gets dirty too quickly. I like silver. Like, even right now, my car is dirty, but from a distance, you don't see it. The silver doesn't let you see that dirt or light scratches. You don't see any of that. So it's like that. The next S-Class that comes out, I want it. This car will be ready to go back. I think I could hold on to this car for about 3 or 4 years. But the problem is I'm going to have to refinance it, you know. And I know, you know, people will be like, oh, what about depreciation? It's like, I'm not really worried about depreciation because I could see myself keeping this car because this is a perfect car. It's EV. It's 3 rows, you know, so you can ferry your parents around and shit when they're old and shit. You take them to the doctor and all that. You know, I could take a road trip in it, but I wouldn't. I would rather have like a minivan, a gas-powered minivan. And I don't do road trips. I was looking at some of these other states, you know, where if I wanted to see what's in these other states like South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, Montana. And then I was looking online, and every single video I see about these places says the same thing. It's like there's nobody here and there's nothing to see. And it was weird because they all look alike too. It's like it's either wilderness and farmland or there's cities with like nobody in them, you know? Because I saw Denver, Colorado. I was unimpressed. I thought it was supposed to be better than it was. All I saw was a lot of homeless people on drugs. I saw a lot of homeless people. I took video when I was in Denver. You know, I was like, man, I thought this place was supposed to be better than that. Like, everybody's talking about how great Denver was. Turns out it was just a bunch of Californians who couldn't afford to live in California moved to Denver, and then they try to talk the place up like this is heaven. I was like, this place sucks. You know, I live in New York City, man. I'm going to be a New Yorker till I die. It's like, well, everybody else who can't afford it, yeah, they kicking you out. They ain't kicking me out. I'm going to be right here. I'm going to have property right here. Property with my name on it. Nobody else's name on it. Just mine. And eventually I just give that shit to my kids because it's like, you're going to die. You can't take that shit with you. Just give it to your kids. Hopefully, you know, I amass enough money in my portfolios where it helps them pay their bills really easily. But they're going to have to work, obviously. You know, they're going to have to get jobs. It's like, if you want to drive around in a big Cadillac like Daddy, you're going to have to work your asses off so you can have that big Cadillac. If you want that big Cadillac. Yeah, but I'm just about done. It's a nice day. It's just cold. It's, you know, it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's amazing that these IQLs are selling. Look at that. Those IQLs are actually selling, man. Those things are like 150 or 160 or something like that, and they're huge as fuck. And they're selling pretty well. So I just went to the store. I got some of the things that I needed to get. And I am headed home. Gonna finalize this video and I'm gonna relax and plug my car in. I'm tired. It's like, you know, the weekend, my weekends go by pretty quick because instead of sleeping late and everything, I treat my weekend, my morning, I get up, I do a lot of stuff, and then I take a nap in the middle of the day. And that kind of is a mistake because that causes my Saturday to go right by. But it's not a big deal. We got spring break coming up, so I'm gonna have a whole 12 days, whole week and a half almost to do like nothing. Get my relaxation in. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's still early, 11:36. There's nobody out here really right now. There'll be more of them out here later. Oh, there's another IQ. It's amazing how big, you could spot that thing from a mile away. Like those things, man, they must be doing pretty well with those things. They want like $2,000 a month for one of those things. I think that's a little bit much. That's a mortgage. What's this right here? Look at that gas price. It's $3.99 and $4.79 next to the mall. Yeah, basically, no matter how you slice it, we're at least $4.80, $5, man. That shit is not funny. It's not good. Look at these people right here. I gotta get all the way to the next lane. But you know what? I might go by the charging station just to see if there's anybody there I know. And then I'm on my way out of here. Maserati GT. Still a bit cold out. It's not time to plant plants yet, but I'm gonna have my tomatoes. I'm gonna have my tomatoes ready. Okay, Corvette here, C8. So this year I'm gonna plant tomatoes, basil, and I'm gonna think of something else. What else do I put in spaghetti? I'm gonna plant because see, last summer I had so many tomatoes, and it was amazing. I was taking those tomatoes And I just washed them off, and I just tossed them in the pot and just cooked them. Man, that shit came up with some sauce, boy. Tomatoes, parsley. Well, no, you don't really need parsley. Basil, oregano. So I got to look and see exactly what seeds I'm going to be planting. And I'm going to, portion off my garden. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be here during most of the summer because I'm going to be in Vietnam and Cambodia. So I'm just going to leave my plants to the mercy of nature, because last year, that's exactly what I did. I didn't water them at all. And last year, I had a tremendous, you remember I took pictures and I think I took video. I had a huge tomato crop last year. Yeah, very huge. I was giving them away to my friends. I had some very good, healthy, strong, naturally created tomatoes, organically grown in my backyard. That was amazing. And the problem is you have some of these plants that climb, and you have some of these plants that are runners, and you have to have lots of space for the runners, and you have to have lots of space for the climbers, but they're climbing vertically. Is that the BBL right there? I don't know. Yeah, you gotta have lots and lots of space. Okay, so it seems nothing has changed. You got 4 cars there, nobody else. And they're all getting their charge on. It's like, is this retard gonna look behind her to see that there's a car there? Not, probably not. She's like walking in the middle of the lane, like something's wrong with her. You got green Lyric, BMW iX. Yeah, nothing changes, except I'm going home. I'm gonna charge my shit at home. Hell with these people. Yeah, nothing changes. Yeah, nice day. Starting to get a little bit warmer. It's 46 degrees now. Yeah, it's not too bad. Nice out here. Really this easy. Just turn this bad boy on, and it's already on. Get my little cable right here and just charge my car. Hell of a lot cheaper than dealing with Trump gas.
To be continued.